Good morning, everyone. Oh, come on. We got to be a lot more excited than that. Good morning, everybody. I'm Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez. Welcome to the rededication of this beautifully redone Verdugo Hills swimming pool. Please, a big round of applause for our city family. I can't believe we're finally here. And for those of you that were here at the groundbreaking, what I always like to say is groundbreakings are great, but ribbon cuttings are a hell of a lot better. And I am just so excited that we are here celebrating a moment that sadly was over 20 years in the making. For this area, I am the 5th council member. When I got elected, I became the 5th council member to represent the area in a decade. And when I ran for re-election, I was the first person to seek re-election in more than a decade to represent this area. But it's a reflection of how long it took for this project to come to fruition. And so I got a lot more to say about the history of what this project entailed and everything behind it. But first things first, I want to invite Sarah Campuzano, our pool lifeguard, to please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would all please stand.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm incredibly excited, not just for our greater Sunland Tujunga community, but for the city family, who I know from our lifeguards to all of our youth advocates, to our general manager of recreation and parks, to our city engineer, our Department of Public Works, everyone that touches this project. I know how excited they are to be here today. Because when people sign up to work for their city, to be city employees, they work because they want to serve the people of Los Angeles. And I watch every single day the individuals, the incredible individuals give so much of themselves and are inspired to give back to the very neighborhoods that gave so much to them. In fact, in a bit, we're going to hear from Melanie, who's a local resident who actually learned how to swim at this pool and is actually part of our city family, now helping to teach other young kids about how to get involved in swim safety and the like. But, you know, we all sign up to do this work because we have dreams and aspirations of making our communities better. And this project was sought more than 20 years ago. And it was originally one of the first Proposition K projects, Prop K for kids. I used to work for a councilman by the name of Mike Hernandez more than 30 years ago, who actually fought for that bond measure to help ensure that communities throughout the city of Los Angeles, many of whom have been denied some really beautiful facilities like the one that we're about to start to enjoy today. It was his vision and leadership that we could find spaces in every community that so often was told that the resources weren't there to build something better. And it was through his advocacy and fight that Proposition K was funded. And sadly, that fund is about to run out. We're in the expiration of that fund being made available. So this community is one of the final beneficiaries of that work. But it took a long time to make it happen. When I was elected back in 2017, this project, the condition of this pool had already been under distress and requiring a great deal of maintenance. And it just became to a point where the maintenance was just not sufficient for people to swim in this pool because of the condition of this pool. But it wasn't because of a lack of an interest to do this project. When I got elected, it was all the preceding council members before I got elected that didn't help shore up the resources that covered the financial gaps to allow our Bureau of engineering, and our Department of Recreation and Parks to be able to move forward with this project. We can't break, many of you are homeowners here, you can't start doing a renovation on your house if you don't have the money shored up to start the project, correct? Well, that's how it works in the city of Los Angeles. We can't break ground until we've got all the money locked up so that you can proceed. And so from the moment I got here, little by little, working with our city administrative officer, and I want to thank my staff member, Paula Basignana, who's here. She's been with me from day one. Felicia, from our staff. We're working constantly with the CAO every year to put aside. We were looking for $500,000, $200,000, everything that we could find. Bernice Hollins was the CAO at the time who was helping us put away little chunks of money in every budget so that we could close the gap on the shortfall to get this project started. Well, then COVID hit. Just as we were about to get that project started, COVID hit. And what happened to prices? Everything went through the roof. So then we had to start back again, looking for more money and putting more money aside. Well, I'm happy to say that we secured all the money, and all the renovations that you see are as a result of all of those years of work. Not just that initial Prop K money, but all the subsequent years that we were pulling aside from other projects or other efforts to make sure that we could fully close the funding gap and get this project started. And I want to thank the Bureau of Engineering, Recreation and Parks, everybody in the city family that was involved to help make this moment a reality. But we are now looking at $9.4 million of renovations, from the new fencing that looks beautiful, both form and function, no spikes, no hostile looking obstructions, but a beautiful design that integrates, I think, terrific with the community. When I look at the brickwork and I look at this very historic, vintage looking, to me, it screams Sandlot to me. I feel like that. I told our commissioner, Steve Kang, I said, it feels like a movie set now. It feels beautiful. The facilities for the bathhouse, all renovation. Even when I was on Zoom calls with the engineers and we were looking, and I said, that looks a little off. Could you look at that? Can you look at these pieces from the additional color integration of the concrete? There were so many little details that reveal itself in this very beautiful new facility. And I couldn't be more proud to be your council member and to deliver this project, something that was promised more than 20 years ago. I am proud to be the council member that got it done. So congratulations to the Sunlit Tahunga community, and welcome to your new pool. So again, this all happens because of an immense collaboration and deep commitment from the people who help, our lifeguards who help maintain and protect everyone when they use this facility. And remember, this is a year-round pool. Not everyone gets a year-round pool. This is also a very cool amenity to have in your neighborhood. But I couldn't do it without the incredible support of, I think, one of the best, don't tell Mike Schultz, one of the best general managers of recreation and parks that we've had in my time in elected office. I am so proud to invite our general manager of recreation and parks, Mr. Jimmy Kim.
So good morning, everybody. I'm going to hold this down a little bit here. I really got to start off by thanking our Councilmember Rodriguez. And I mean, she's always been a friend and an advocate for the Parks Department. And so I am extremely grateful for your partnership. 20 years ago, now 27 years ago, when I first started, my first part of my career was in aquatics. And I remember back in 1997 or 98, although I lived in Koreatown, I was able to cover a couple of days here at this swimming pool. And so one of the coolest features that I remember from this facility is that underwater viewing port. I know it's not there anymore, but that was always like, oh, that's such a cool feature. I'm a little sad it's not there, but it's still this is an amazing facility. So let me say good morning, everybody. What a great day to be here at Tujunga and invite all of the community and our city partners here to this grand opening. Again, my name's Jimmy Kim, General Manager, and it's my distinct pleasure to stand here today to officially reopen the beautifully renovated Verdugo Hills Pool. Yes. So this facility has been a cornerstone of recreation in this community since 1951. And today, after vital and necessary renovations, it is ready for new generations of swimmers to enjoy, not as a seasonal pool, but as a year-round pool. And who knows, with the onset and coming of the 28 Olympics, and now that we're actually open, maybe even a future Olympian will find their passion for swimming right here in this very pool. That's right. So with this project, we didn't just fix an outdated facility, we completely transformed it. From the new 8,550 feet square foot pool deck to the renovated bathhouse, this facility is fully ADA compliant. And I hope all of you, as you go throughout the day, walks in. Yes, from the outside, it maintains that old school look, but once you go in, it's amazing. It's beautiful. So I encourage you, if you haven't already, walk through the locker rooms, walk through the clerical area, and just kind of awe in what this community is going to get. So every element was updated to ensure that this space is safe and accessible for the community to enjoy. Now, to make this possible, it takes a collective effort and the vision of so many. Obviously, this couldn't have happened without the support of Councilmember Rodriguez. So I am super proud, as she said, to deliver this project for you, but to be the general manager that worked with the council member to also deliver this project for you guys. I do want to take some time to thank some city staff that has been amazing partners in getting this delivered. Stephen Kang from our Public Works department. He's the president of Public Works who joined us today. So thank you for being here. General Manager, our Chief Engineer, Alfred Mata, and your Bureau of Engineering team and the Bureau of Engineering team that's standing back there. Please raise your hand to be recognized. So thank you guys for all your effort. Real quick shout out to Alex. This isn't the first pool I worked with him on, and he's always been the type of person, whenever we come up with different ideas, to come up with a solution to make it happen. So thank you for your collaboration and your outside the box thinking. Thank you, Alex. To our community members that are here, again, this could not happen without your advocacy. And again, I'm so extremely happy for you guys to have a year-round pool in your community. I was just telling the board president, like, how amazing is it for those of you that just live just in the walking distance to have a year-round pool that you could use day in and day out, 365 days a year. That's going to be an amazing thing for not only for you, but also all of the community and the youth that's going to be utilizing this facility. And finally, I want to make sure to give a big shout out to the Recreation and Park staff who've poured out their hearts in helping this project come to life. From our planning division to our maintenance teams, and most importantly, to my aquatics team that's here today. If you guys are part of the Recreation Parks family, please raise your hand. Can you recognize? Thank you. So thank you to the community for all your patience. It took us a very long time to get here, but we are here in just a few moments. We're going to be opening the pool. I wish I brought my swim trunks to get in with you, but I didn't, so unfortunately I won't. But I will come back and jump in with you sometime in the next couple of months, just so that you can see that I was here in the water and I still remember how to swim. I can't wait to see the community using this facility. This is your Verdugo Hills Pool. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate your support. And I also want to thank Jimmy and the entire Recreation and Parks team, you know, in last year's budget, I secured resources to do a park needs assessment that is important to make sure that all parks across the city of Los Angeles try to identify all the maintenance and upgrade needs that they have so the city can prioritize that in their budget and what future asks they have of any taxpayers. So if you haven't participated in the parks needs assessment, we want to continue to ensure that this is not the last upgrade. I promise you. We know that there's a lot of work to be done at all of our parks facilities, but I'm going to continue to be an advocate because if I know one thing about our parks, not just our staff, but the importance of recreational spaces in our communities. They are the center of our communities. They bring us all together and they bring constructive and positive play environments for young people and families to be able to make beautiful memories that are important for everyone and that you can do it without having to spend for an e-ticket ride at Disneyland. And that's what's most important is making sure that the facilities are as beautiful and as accessible as any other community would be able to have. And that's why these facilities are so important. And I want to thank you, Jimmy, and your staff for all of that work. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our board president for the Board of Public Works, our commissioner, Steve Kang.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Good morning, everybody, and it's great to be here. My name is Steve Kang, and I have the honor of serving as your board president on the Board of Public Works. We're an extension of the community throughout Los Angeles as we represent the diverse communities throughout our great city. So I was telling a few people early this morning that I feel like this event is a homecoming for me because my family and I immigrated from South Korea in the mid-90s, not too far from here. And I actually took swim lessons at Verdugo Hills YMCA right down the street. So thank you to the Y and all the members. I feel like, it's coming back home full circle. So it is incredible for me to stand here as a representative on the Board of Public Works, working with our bureaus, with our incredible partners under the leadership of Jimmy Kim, Alfred Mata, and our contract administration that's here to really reopen this amazing facility. And as an avid swimmer myself, just like Jimmy, it is incredible. I would love to bring my family over here. I have 2 young children, so we'll definitely be back. And also, I have to close out by thanking our incredible councilwoman. I have the pleasure of working with all 15 members of the city council, but I have to say, Councilwoman Rodriguez knows infrastructure, speaks infrastructure, and get things done. As you mentioned, she was able to get this across the finish line. So thank you, Councilwoman, for your leadership, and thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. And now, again, the brains behind some of these projects, the fact that he's leading an incredible team of dedicated engineers. So happy. This is an example of how what leadership looks like when it ascends the ranks. And I'm very excited to introduce my friend and our city engineer, Alfred Mata.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, this is loud. So yeah, obviously we're very excited to be here today to open this pool. It's been a lot of good work, as everybody's mentioned, amongst a partnership with a lot of different people. We especially appreciate the leadership provided by the council member. This project would not have gotten done without her personal engagement on the details and as well as the funding, because as she explained, the funding is what was needed to make this project go forward. We really appreciate our partnership with the Department of Recreation and Parks and all their staff. Without working with them, we wouldn't be able to complete this. A couple of, I just want to just go through some of the details that have already been highlighted. Obviously, we renovated the existing aging swimming pool and the pump house. We put in new colored concrete pool deck. We have the new fencing and gates. We replaced all the pool equipment and the plumbing mechanical systems, which will make the operation of the pool much more energy efficient. And of course, we have this new shade structure canopy that everyone will enjoy during the summer months, providing us shade from the sun that gets down on us.
Just not this morning.
The angle's a little off this morning, yes, but the sun is right on cue for today. I know we all are looking forward to getting to the pool, so I just want on a personal note to move forward to just thank some of the project team members, some of which have been mentioned, from our architectural division, Stephen Fierce, our division manager, and his team, which included Haji Abdullah, Alex Snow, and Brent Eckerman, as well as our partners from the Construction Management Bureau, Angela Martinez, Megan Aldridge. Oh, I'm sorry, Construction Management Division. Megan Aldridge, Mario Nahanian, Patrick Ewan, and Cindy Mejia. And then our Bureau of Contract Administration led by John Reamer, Angela Martinez, Todd Eller, and Kenny Tobar. We had our design architect, which was from Arcadis, our consultant architect that helped us design this project, Angelia Ball, Naki Madathan, Jimmy Fong, and of course our general contractor, Pars Arvin Construction, owned by Sean Wistami. Once again, we're very excited to be here today. One of the most rewarding things about the work we do in the public is completing projects like this that are so important and so useful to the community. It really makes our jobs very rewarding for all the challenges and difficulties we may face getting to the end. But it's very great to be here to celebrate with all of you. So congratulations.
Thank you, Alfred. And now it is my honor to introduce someone from the community who also learned how to swim at this pool and then subsequently became part of the city family to help impart the very same joys that she derived here, learning in this pool, being from this community, is continuing that legacy and that work and showing how this pool can inspire the next generation of city employees that are going to continue to offer support. And again, this is about making sure that we continue to grow the love of swimming and safe swimming and water safety, which is incredibly important. So it's my honor to introduce Melanie Alzadnian from the Sunland Tahunga community. If you please come over and join us.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to see that Verdugo Hills Pool is reopening. I grew up in the Sunland Tahunga area and went to Verdugo Hills High School, where I spent most of my summers doing the junior guards here and the swim team. Those summers were some of my best memories in my early teen years. They taught me so much about lifeguarding and water safety. And later, I was lucky enough to become a pool lifeguard here at Verdugo Hills Pool for about 2 years before the pandemic hit and before all the remodeling started. I had also attended the groundbreaking event for Verdugo Hills Pool and got a good glimpse of what our future holds for this community. Seeing the pool completely transformed and now year-round feels really special, not for just me, but also the families and friends of Sunland Tahunga community. It's going to bring new energy and opportunity for aquatics in our area. And a big shout out and thanks to Monica Rodriguez and LA Citywide Aquatics for helping getting this big project done. And Council Monica Rodriguez, the Sunland Tahunga Chamber of Commerce wants to present something to you.
Thank you very much. I joined the chamber in 2005, and from day one, all they kept talking about is our pool. How our students from Verdugo Hills High School were being bused to San Fernando to use the pool, which we didn't have. So thank you very much. I knew you were going to get it done, and you did. So our community wants to say a huge thank you from Salantang on behalf of Army Abrahman, the state, and myself. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you to the chamber. And again, I can't do what I do or my staff without the incredible partnership that we have in the community. And we know we face a lot of challenges ahead every day. But every day I want you to know that you have a deep and real partner with me and my office to continue to take those challenges head on. And so I want to thank the members of our city family who are in that fight with us every single day. I promise you, we're here dedicated and committed to making sure that our community gets the same investment and amenities that any other zip code would get. And I will continue to be that person to advocate and fight for those resources. And this is just one example of how I'm delivering on that. I look forward to continuing that work to deliver more. And I want to thank you for the trust and the support that helped ensure that we got here. So thank you so much to all of you for this partnership. As a former little fish, I spent a lot of summers. Listen, you can't be a valley girl and not be in a swimming pool growing up. I spent a lot of summers. I mean, I was a much different shade as a child. but it was, summers in the San Fernando Valley. We know what that heat is like. And so I am just so glad that now this community has the amenities it's deserving of. And so without any further ado, let's ribbon cut this, because I know we got some itchy folks up here that are squirming wanting to jump in that pool. All right, let's get this ribbon cut. 1,